Good evening. A man is dead after a brazen daylight shooting in the parking lot of a plaza in Brampton.
This is a live look from the CTV News chopper, which is in the Bramley Road and Sandalwood Parkway area. It remains surrounded by crime scene tape at this hour. Police have just updated the media on their investigation. Let's go to CTV's Mike Walker, who's live tonight at the scene with the very latest. Mike.
Well, Nathan, Michelle, the update we got from police just moments ago is that this appears to be an isolated incident. Bullets flew in this plaza parking lot just after 1 o'clock this afternoon. I'm going to step out of the way where you can see an ambulance in the middle of this parking lot here. That's where police say they found the victim suffering from gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead a short time later here on scene. Now, the motive that led to this shooting at this point is unknown. This plaza was very busy when this shooting happened, but police say the suspects fled the scene. The suspect, or suspects, I should say. Here's more from Peel Regional Police.
Our 21 Division patrol officers arrived on scene and located a victim who was suffering from obvious signs of trauma. The officers attempted to render CPR to the victim. However, he unfortunately succumbed to his injuries and was later pronounced deceased here at the scene. The suspect had already fled prior to police arrival. So at this point in time, our Homicide Bureau has been called out and are on scene, taking care of this investigation.
Now, both homicide and forensic investigators are currently on scene. They are canvassing the area for surveillance footage as they try to identify the suspect or suspects involved in this deadly shooting. As mentioned, this plaza was busy when this happened, and throughout the afternoon, as we've seen people leaving the plaza, they are stopping as police are taking their statements from them and collecting their information before they are allowed to leave. Again, this is still a very active investigation. At this point, police have not identified the victim, but we have spoken with a number of people who work in this plaza. They tell us he was a business owner. When there are more details about the victim or potential suspects, we'll have those details for you. Reporting live in Brampton, I'm Mike Walker. Michelle, back to you.
Thank you, Mike. Meanwhile, 3 people have been injured, including 2 people who are fighting for their lives following a crash in Mississauga. This happened shortly before 2 p.m. in the area of Erin Mills Parkway and Vista Boulevard. 2 vehicles collided. 2 adults have been taken to hospital in critical condition, while a 3rd person suffered minor injuries. The cause of the crash is still under investigation.
Still ahead, a big drop in gas prices is being welcomed by GTA motorists. We'll tell you what's behind the price reduction and how long it might last.
But first, we take a live look outside at our beautiful city under the sunshine this hour. You might not realize that there are several weather alerts in place for what is to come, but let's enjoy this sunshine while we can. Lindsay Morrison is here with a look at the current conditions. Not exactly warm today, but nice to see that sunshine.
Overall, a pretty pleasant start to the month of April, Michelle, but you're absolutely right. Hopefully everyone had an opportunity to enjoy the sunshine today, because big changes come for tomorrow. Environment Canada issuing another round of freezing rain warnings from Kitchener over toward the city of Ottawa, and yes, including some communities like Barrie and Peterborough still recovering from this past weekend. We're under a special weather statement here in Toronto with regards to the freezing rain, a rainfall warning for a big picture look at this system that could bring some areas up to 50 millimeters of rain. Now, winds today have been coming out of the north. Temperature-wise, we are a little cool as a result. Here's a look at overnight tonight, -1 for the low, wind chill -8. Lots to talk about when it comes to this system. It's all ahead in your weather forecast. For now, though, Nathan, over to you.
Thank you, Lindsay. If you're on the road today, you probably noticed the price at the pumps was dramatically down.
The drop comes after the consumer carbon tax was removed by the federal government. CTV's Allison Hurst is live tonight in Pickering with the latest. Allison.
We've been speaking with drivers all day who are thrilled by it, and gas stations right across the GTA have been really busy, and I'm sure you can see why. Even this one just here behind me is 127.9, a huge difference from just yesterday. Gas prices have tanked. This one from $1.52 yesterday to $1.36 this morning.
I thought I was dreaming.
A 15 to 20 cent drop at the pump now that the carbon tax is gone. something Carol McKinnon didn't realize was happening today.
Just was driving along and I saw a Shell at 136 something. I said, oh, I thought there was a mistake. And then I saw all the other gas station at 136. So that's why I'm here.
It took many drivers by surprise.
It's a pleasant surprise. I did not know about it. So here I am filling it up when I can. I got to get it either way, so the price doesn't matter too much.
That's a big drop, and you save some money, so you can have more food.
The Conservatives initially centered their campaign about this being a carbon tax election, vowing to axe the tax. But when Mark Carney took the Liberal leadership and with it the role as Prime Minister, tossing the tax was one of his first actions.
Instead of carbon taxes going up today as they would have, now we see a pause and a reduction, essentially, of that 17.6 cents a litre.
Analysts say they are watching this election closely.
To completely abolish the carbon tax is going to take an act of Parliament. For now, it's paused, potentially indefinitely.
Giving drivers a break.
$50 still didn't get me much, but it's a start.
I think it's amazing. Saving 15, 20 cents makes a big difference every week with putting food on the table. So I love it.
Bill Adolphson says he's going to take advantage.
Definitely, most definitely filling up, probably filling the wife's car up later today too.
There is still one carbon tax rebate left to be distributed. The price for big industrial emitters remains in place. Reporting live, I'm Allison Hurst. Michelle, back to you.
Thank you, Allison. Well, we may be getting a break at the pumps, but Canadians will likely be paying more for many other things following a 4 o'clock event at the White House tomorrow afternoon.
During a Rose Garden announcement, U.S. President Donald Trump is expected to impose so-called reciprocal tariffs on Canada and other countries around the world.
The president said last night he has made a decision and a determination. I was with him in the Oval Office earlier, and he is going to announce that decision tomorrow. I don't want to get ahead of the president. This is obviously a very big day. He's with his trade and tariff team right now, perfecting it to make sure this is a perfect deal for the American people and the American worker.
No details have been provided about the size and scope of the duties, but they will take effect immediately after Trump announces them on what he's called Liberation Day. Also tomorrow, a U.S. pause on all Canadian imports and energy products is set to expire. And on Thursday, a 25% American duty on auto imports goes into effect. Aluminum and steel levies are already in place.
Here at home, industries that employ hundreds of thousands of workers across the GTA will be watching that tariff announcement very closely.
Some have already been impacted by the levies on aluminum and steel, others unsure of what tomorrow will bring. CTV's Natalie Johnson is downtown tonight with the very latest. Natalie.
Well, Nathan, the president is expected to apply sweeping tariffs to U.S. imports, and Ottawa has said that it will retaliate if Canada is targeted. What it means is more economic uncertainty for local manufacturers who have built their business on trade relations with the U.S.
As the beverages are bottled in this Etobicoke packaging plant, staff here are bracing for tomorrow's tariffs. Yaya Foods imports ingredients from south of the border and then exports 90% of its finished products back to the U.S., a formula that until now has been a recipe for success.
However, the U.S. tariffs on Canadian goods will impact Toronto businesses, especially in the food processing and manufacturing.
Mayor Olivia Chow touring the Yaya Foods facility today, the week after City Council endorsed an action plan that allows industries hit by tariffs to defer their property taxes for more financial flexibility.
If tariff impact on us happens, yes, it does help with the cash flow until we find other ways of compensating the volume we're going to lose in the business.
Steam Whistle Brewing, meanwhile, is dependent on U.S.-made aluminum for 15 million cans a year. They are quickly working through their stockpile of pre-tariff inventory and hope to avoid raising beer prices when their costs climb.
It's the last thing that we want to do. We will do our best to prevent that from happening for as long as we possibly can.
All of these rings are designed and made right here at home in Canada.
Meanwhile, Canadian jewelry brand Blue Boho is shifting away from using U.S. materials.
We've acquired our sapphires from Montana, traditionally.
In the face of U.S. tariffs, now developing a purely Canadian collection.
This has given us an excuse to really love up on our home. you know, and the resources becoming more available in Canada. I think, you know, more than ever, we're seeing us come together.
Businesses across the city looking to maintain their pace of production in the face of economic uncertainty.
This very uncertain times and chaos needs to stop.
As they wait to find out what is coming down the line.
The president will reveal the details of his plan at 4 p.m. tomorrow. The White House has said that those tariffs will take effect immediately. Reporting live, I'm Natalie Johnson. Michelle, over to you.
In other news, a man is dead, another facing charges after an incident at the Toronto South Detention Centre. Police say on Monday, March 24th, an inmate inside the facility was assaulted by another inmate. The victim, 27-year-old Mangok Cole of Toronto, was rushed to hospital with critical injuries. Last Thursday, police say he died of those injuries. 32-year-old Andre Ford was charged with aggravated assault. Police say those charges will now be upgraded to second-degree murder. Ford is expected to make a virtual appearance in court tomorrow. This is Toronto's 8th homicide of the year. Well, the investigation continues following a home invasion in Bolton.
Police are searching for 4 suspects and have released security camera images. The home invasion happened around 5 a.m. yesterday. OPP say there was a confrontation with one person inside the home and a suspect ran off. The victim suffered minor injuries. Police are asking anyone with information to come forward. The quick thinking and quick actions of a neighbor helped 3 residents of a burning Brampton home get out safely this morning.
Firefighters say the flames started in a shed before moving to the home, and it's not the first time there's been a fire at this residence in the past month. CTV's John Musselman reports.
This viewer video shows the backyard shed and the side of the semi-detached home in flames when Brampton firefighters arrived on the scene around 1 a.m. 3 people were inside when it happened. Neighbor Dave Hathaway lives on the other side of the semi-detached. He says a family member saw the fire and shouted for everyone to get out. They also ran next door to alert the family.
And her window backs onto the backyard, and she saw the flames of the shed, and she woke everybody up. So we got everybody out of the house. Everybody's pretty panicked.
And a second neighbor down the street drove over in his truck and started pounding on the front door.
Occupants were asleep. There's 3 people inside. It was a senior lady and 2 adult siblings. And so, yeah, I had to pound on the door, wake them all up. And then we got them all out, and the fire department was there probably within 3 minutes.
It's absolutely, fire safety is a shared responsibility with us all. So it's, it's great that we have an individual that saw something and took action.
Emergency crews confirmed 3 occupants of the home were uninjured. Firefighters had it under control quickly. The scene is on Merton Road. That's near Kennedy Road and Williams Parkway. Neighbors say this is the second fire in the home in the last 4 weeks.
The first time, I think it was an accident. We don't have a lot of details, but we did see a mattress come out the day after the fire that had been charred. In this particular case, we don't really know what happened.
Brampton fire officials say the cause of the fire remains under investigation, but it appears to have started in the shed and then spread to the home. John Musselman, CTV News in Brampton.
Still ahead, their affordable Ajax apartment is set to be demolished to make way for a 25-story tower. Tenants frustrated by a sped-up approval process, getting new homes built but leaving them without a place to live. In other news, parents of children with autism are raising concerns about the students' safety in the classroom.
CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris has the details.
I need help. I can't take off work to take care of her, so I need some help.
A tearful plea from a desperate mom whose daughter with special needs has a habit of escaping, bolting from school 15 times in 2 years. She doesn't qualify for an educational assistant.
Being an EA myself, I know that it is very important to protect those special needs kids, given that I have one of my own, but it is very hard for me to do my job at my school and at my work, knowing that she is not safe during the day.
Last month, Chris Walters' nonverbal 4-year-old daughter slipped out of school. She wound up 3 blocks away.
She was found in the middle of the road, walking down the lanes, and traffic was going around her. The fact that she may not have come home that day is horrific.
a possibility motivating parents, advocates, and opposition politicians to call for more supports in schools.
A spokesperson for the Minister of Education stresses schools must have plans to keep their students safe. She goes on to say the government has spent more each year it's been in office on special education, $4 billion annually, and they've hired 4,000 more EAs.
Even if they are giving more than has ever been given in the past, clearly it's still not enough.
A report last month by the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario found that English public boards have an average of 1 EA for 10 kids with special education needs.
Government has to turn its attention to this.
With the new legislative session 2 weeks away,
as someone with special needs kids, as someone who is new to the legislature, this will be an issue that I will be fighting for.
Also pushing to help kids with autism waiting for years to be assessed or to access therapy.
The government pledged to fix the autism waitlist in 2018. We are now here in 2025, and the issue has never been worse.
For the parents who send their kids with special needs to school, terrified when their phone rings.
There has to be change. There has to be more support so that this isn't a reality for us, and it's not a reality for other parents.
At Queen's Park, Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
A new 25-story mixed-use housing development in Ajax will mean new places for people to live.
But to build it, the town has approved the demolition of an apartment building where people currently live. And now those residents, many on a fixed income, are questioning where they're supposed to go. CTV's Beth McDonnell reports.
Oh, man.
For 7 years, Christy Bentley and her son Alex have made this Ajax apartment home. The rent, $1,100 a month. As a single mom who works at a grocery store, it's been a stable and affordable place to live until now.
It's terrifying. Like, my son shouldn't have to go through that because it's corporate greed. They just want more money and they don't care about us that are already living here. This is the letter we all received from Brosco Property Management.
Just over a week ago, Bentley received this letter from the building's property management company saying there is a plan for the low-rise walk-up to be demolished, making way for a 25-story mixed-use development. To make matters worse for her, the project is not going through the town's council approval process. Bill 109, the province's More Homes for Everyone Act, which passed in 2022 and aims to speed up building housing, allows staff to identify developments that already meet planning and zoning bylaws.
But I don't think it's right to be tearing down an existing building that houses almost 100 people to build it. Pick somewhere that is vacant.
The building is next to other high-rise rentals, but Bentley and the other tenants say many here are single parents, seniors, or have health issues and don't have the incomes to go anywhere else.
This won't be affordable housing when the 24 floors go up. You know, like, who can afford that?
I think that what the town needs to do is really just develop the other places that they've already either approved or have applications for.
The town's spokesperson says Ajax already had the authority to bypass council before Bill 109. The bill extended it across Ontario. She says the town has met with the developer and is committed to ensuring clear communication with affected tenants.
All the things that they're promised as tenants, making sure that they're very well aware of those things going forward so that they can head into the next steps with more certainty, because right now I can appreciate that it's a very emotionally charged situation.
Bentley is anxious and scared.
And for them to just kick us out on the street to build a building that is not going to be affordable for the average person, it's heartbreaking, it's terrifying.
We reached out to the property management company for comment, but did not hear back. The letter to tenants says they'll receive 4 months' notice to move out, along with compensation of 3 months' rent. Beth McDonnell, CTV News.
We turn now to the federal election campaign, and the American tariff threat is looming large.
The United States was front and center as Canadian protectionism was the theme of the day on the campaign trail. CTV's Colton Prale has the details.
With the future of his party and even his seat in question, Jagmeet Singh is in Edmonton looking to shore up support by falling back on core party issues.
Our healthcare system is under attack.
We are in a deep crisis.
Singh promising to ban what he says is the Americanization of healthcare by blocking U.S. companies from buying Canadian facilities and ending cash for care services.
We've got a strong law that says you can't privatize, you can't have cash for care, but they haven't used that. We are going to enforce the Canada Health Act to end privatization in our country.
Let me just stand over here so everyone can see this.
Meanwhile, Pierre Poilievre is challenging Mark Carney to match his promise to follow through on 5 demands from the energy industry. In a letter to all party leaders, 14 oil and gas executives called for the next prime minister to simplify regulation, commit to firm deadlines for approvals, grow production, bring in new investment, and incentivize Indigenous investment. Poilievre says that means repealing Bill C-69, the Environmental Assessment Act, and the emissions cap.
Either you do these 5 things, or we will stay dependent on the Americans.
But when pressed in Winnipeg, Carney said he would not repeal that bill.
We will move for projects of national interest to remove duplication in terms of environmental assessments and other approvals.
Une crise commerciale temporaire.
And in Quebec, the Bloc is rejecting the news that the U.S. views Bill 96, incoming French language requirements on commercial packaging, as an international trade barrier.
But it's easy for Mr. Trump to say, too bad for French, because quite often Canada does the same. But he wouldn't dare do that against Germans.
The Liberals did not make any new policy announcements today, instead focusing on affordability ahead of Donald Trump's tariff announcements tomorrow. Colton Prale, CTV News, Ottawa.
Much of the focus on the campaign trail related to 2 discredited candidates, one a Conservative, the other a Liberal. Both are now out of the race because of past controversial comments. CTV's Judy Trin has the details.
We fired him. He's gone.
Why?
He's gone.
Why?
Unacceptable.
But he
gone.
asked for public hanging on the Prime Minister.
Gone.
The Conservatives dropped Windsor candidate Mark McKenzie an hour after being confronted by CTV News about this audio tape of inflammatory remarks he made in a 2022 podcast.
But I'm also in favor of public hangings, so I think they need to bring that back. But again, like a Paul Bernardo. You know what I mean? Just kill that guy. Why are my tax dollars going to keep that guy alive? Charles Manson, like people like that, Jeffrey Dahmer. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're 100% certain, Epstein's, and this is what I'm saying, Justin Trudeau.
McKenzie, a city councillor and former radio personality, says the Conservatives knew about the comments during the nomination process. He says he didn't get a chance to defend himself.
I heard that the party was aware of it, and I said, I'll send you every podcast that we recorded. And they just said, nope, you're not the candidate anymore.
That's in contrast to how the Liberals dealt with Paul Chang, who, in an interview in January with Ming Pao News, told people to collect a bounty by turning over a Conservative rival and democracy activist to the Chinese government. Mark Carney initially stood by his candidate.
He will continue with his candidacy.
Carney faced a flood of pressure. 40 democracy groups from across the globe called for him to remove Chang. There is also a demand for the RCMP to investigate whether Chang violated Canada's foreign interference law, a law that the previous Liberal government drafted. Minutes before midnight, Chang quit, stating that as the Prime Minister and Team Canada stand up to Donald Trump, he didn't want to be a distraction. Hours later, Carney deflected a question about why he waited for Chang's resignation instead of acting.
Mr. Chang made his resignation, offered his resignation last night. I accepted it. As I said yesterday, his comments were deeply troubling and regrettable. We will move on with looking for a new candidate.
With the next round of Donald Trump's tariffs coming Wednesday, April 2nd, expect the focus to revert back to fighting the trade war. But the issue of foreign interference could return in this short election race. Judy Trin, CTV News, Winnipeg.
The Conservatives removed a second candidate today. Stéphane Marquis is no longer running in the Montreal riding of Laurier-Saint-Marie. Marquis says he received a call this morning from party officials in Quebec and was told his recent online posts were deemed sufficient reason to end their political collaboration. The party's confirmed he's no longer a Conservative candidate.
U.S. tariffs were the focus of a phone call today between the leaders of Canada and Mexico. The Prime Minister's office says Mark Carney and President Claudia Sheinbaum emphasized the importance of safeguarding North American competitiveness while respecting the sovereignty of each nation. The PMO also says Carney highlighted his plan to fight what he called unjustified trade actions by the United States against Canada.
The U.S. Attorney General's instructed the Justice Department to pursue the death penalty in the case of a man accused of murdering a healthcare CEO. 26-year-old Luigi Mangione was arrested after a nationwide manhunt following the shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. In a statement, the Attorney General said the decision was made after careful consideration. Mangione faces federal and state charges in the December 4th shooting outside a New York hotel. He's pleaded not guilty to the state charges, but his federal case has been delayed until later this month. Mangione was arrested days after the shooting inside a Pennsylvania McDonald's. The Justice Department called the shooting an act of political violence.
In Southeast Asia, more survivors have been rescued following last week's devastating earthquake. A 63-year-old woman was pulled from the rubble in Myanmar's capital today, about 91 hours after the quake hit. But hope is fading of finding many more survivors. More than 2,700 deaths have been reported from Friday's quake that also struck Thailand, where more than 20 people were killed.
A volcano in Iceland that had been dormant for 8 centuries until last year began erupting again today. Flames and smoke spewed into the air as a 1,200-meter fissure opened up near a town. About 40 homes there were evacuated hours earlier. The magma flow began at around 6:30 a.m. local time on a peninsula in the southwestern part of the country. Iceland sits above a volcanic hotspot in the North Atlantic. The volcano's most disruptive incident in recent times was in 2010, when clouds of ash disrupted transatlantic air travel for months.
Coming up, no ifs, ands, or bats about it. It's the talk of Major League Baseball right now. We'll take you to batting practice, where you'll hear from one of the Blue Jays using the new torpedo bat.
And I'm Pat Foran. Coming up on Consumer Alert, if you have family and friends visiting Canada, they need medical insurance in case they have a health issue. A woman from India had insurance, but still ended up with a hospital bill of almost $100,000 after she got sick. All of the story, that's just ahead.
We have said goodbye to the month of March, and I think many of us are going to remember it for bringing us lots of rain and really not a whole lot of snow, only about 3 centimeters. Here's the thing, April is known for April showers, but it's pretty standard for us to pick up a couple of centimeters of snow on average as well. And we could get a few flurries into tomorrow. That and a whole lot of rain. A full look at your forecast is coming up here on CTV News. And stay with us, we've got another full night of great shows for you right here on CTV.
When you leave Canada, you need travel insurance in case you have a medical problem outside the country, and the same is true for people traveling here.
A woman from India was visiting her family in Brampton, and she ended up with a hospital bill of almost $100,000. Pat Foran has this Consumer Alert. Pat.
Thanks, Michelle and Nathan. The woman did purchase a travel insurance policy, but when she ended up in the hospital, her claim was denied. She was told she had a pre-existing condition, which made the policy null and void.
Joseph Christie of Brampton was excited his mother, Alice John, was able to come from India for 6 months on a super visa. A super visa allows parents and grandparents to stay in Canada for an extended period. When she arrived in January of last year, within a few days, she didn't feel well.
She started having symptoms of cough, shortness of breath, fever.
John was admitted to Hamilton General. There she was hospitalized for almost 3 weeks and placed on a ventilator. The family had purchased a basic super visa travel insurance plan with coverage up to $100,000. But after John was treated, it was determined she had a pre-existing condition and her claim was denied. The family was told, "You are not eligible for coverage under this policy if you have ever been diagnosed with congestive heart failure."
This came as a total surprise because the term congestive heart failure in its as a phrase is never in any of her prescriptions going back 3 years.
The family was told without coverage, they must pay medical bills totaling more than $96,000.
We felt really disappointed.
The type of policy they purchased is considered basic and it doesn't come with a questionnaire. Often the insurance company asks questions only after someone requires treatment.
If it says no pre-existing conditions covered, then anything they can find in the records that will reflect a problem that you might have ultimately had while you were in Canada won't be covered.
The family feels there was an oversight because they had no idea she had a heart issue. When CTV News reached out to Manulife, a spokesperson said sometimes unique situations come up where the interpretation of the medical file doesn't align with the contract. We've taken a closer look and given the circumstances, we'll pay the claim. Manulife has now agreed to pay the $96,000 medical bills, which was great news for the family.
We're really grateful to Pat Foran and the entire CTV team for taking on our story. Appreciate all the work that you do for your viewers. Thank you.
And if you're buying health insurance for yourself or your family, understanding the policies can be difficult. You may want to speak with an insurance professional and consult with your doctor about your medical history. On your side, I'm Pat Foran.
If you have a consumer story idea, email us at alert@ctv.ca.
All right, today a little cool but nice and sunny. Thursday is going to be a really nice spring day, but tomorrow, that's the day that we're all concerned about.
Honestly, it's dry today, which is such a relief, but there are folks who, you know, from what they got on the weekend are cleaning up from flooding, and now this notion of a lot more rain is got to be troubling.
I have no doubt that some people are feeling some anxiety, whether they're watching us right now or unable to watch us because the power is still out. I know that's the case for so many people in Ontario. Active weather tomorrow, a big storm like this, the last thing that you need. And with this one, we can expect a little more in the way of freezing rain, and in many areas, a lot of simply rainfall. Now, this is what the Kawartha Lakes looked like a little bit earlier today. Yeah, the sun's shining, but there's a whole lot of mess still to clean up. So many trees impacted in this area. Widespread power outages continue. Roads impassable in some areas too, thanks to those big tree limbs that are down. A lot of work to be done by Hydro One and other crew members, and this is not going to help. Some more freezing rain in the forecast, not going to be as prolonged as what we saw over the weekend, and really the area that's going to be most impacted wasn't quite as impacted over the weekend. So that's over toward Kitchener-Waterloo, Shelburne. We are under a special weather statement here in Toronto, warning of some light freezing rain. Perhaps the bigger concern for us, though, is a rainfall warning that was also issued by Environment Canada this afternoon. This is warning for some people anywhere from 20 to maybe 50 millimeters of rainfall by the time this system is all finished. And one of the reasons why we could see quite a bit of rain is if we get embedded thunderstorms, and that is a possibility. As this low inches closer to us, we're going to have some cold air interacting. So that brings us a chance of some flurries early tomorrow morning, just a heads up on that. And then with that colder air, we do see the potential for at least a brief period of some freezing rain. Notice that area in pink here, also impacting the GTA. Hopefully it won't last all that long. We'll see winds change direction, temperatures begin to rise, and hopefully that signals a change over to rainfall, especially in areas like Barrie, Orillia, and over toward Peterborough. Here's what happens as we make our way into the evening and the overnight hours. We're in for another round of rain and perhaps some stronger thunderstorms at that point. Then things are going to improve as we make our way into Thursday. We will have a strong southerly wind, and that's going to help drive our temperature. But let's bring it back to the rain for just a moment. Again, some areas could see 50 millimeters of rain or more. I'm concerned about those who don't have electricity right now to run a sump pump. That could lead to a little bit of flooding. It's certainly enough rain to do that. And then over the weekend, we had 20 to 25 millimeters of ice accretion in the hardest hit areas. We'll see closer to about 7 millimeters for the hardest hit communities this time around. I mentioned the winds eventually coming out of the south after an easterly flow through tomorrow. Look at that, gusting to around 80 kilometers per hour overnight into Thursday for Hamilton. Temperature-wise right now, it has been a little bit cool today, even though we had that sunshine. -1 is our forecast overnight low. Wind chill -8. The temperature is going to rise through the day tomorrow. We'll hit our warmest point of the day in the evening or even the overnight. But again, that increases the chance of a few thunderstorms, maybe a few showers early Thursday morning, then clearing. Look at the temperature, 18 degrees for the high. Nice looking day on Friday, 12 and mostly sunny conditions. And then it looks like we'll be a little more seasonal with some unsettled weather once again over the weekend. That's the forecast for now. Nathan, over to you.
Thank you, Lindsay. Also tonight, a new treatment offering a better quality of life to treat a rare disease that can weaken the body and immune system and affect anyone. Health is next.
CIDP is a rare and degenerative disease that can have crippling effects on patients. Now, there is a treatment option offering some relief.
But as CTV's Pauline Chan tells us, a new medication is offering better options.
I had tingling in both of my feet, then gradually numbness, then working its way up both legs, both hands from the fingertips, gradually working their way up into my arms.
It's called CIDP, chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy, and 20 years ago it began robbing Daryl Bedford of the ability to play hockey, to run, and even to walk.
Sometimes they need walking aids, and sometimes they're bedridden if it's severe enough. So CIDP is very disabling.
Dr. Vera Brill says the cause is unknown and it affects people of any age, gender, or ethnic origin. The condition starts by attacking the myelin, or the fatty sheath protecting the nerves. Treatments in the past have included steroids like prednisone.
These drugs work very well, but they are hated by both the patients and the physicians because there's so many complications with them.
Daryl gets IV treatments every few weeks of immunoglobulin, a blood product that helps the body preserve its myelin. It's also given by subcutaneous injections, however that often causes big lumps in the injection area. But now there's a newly approved treatment in Canada called HyQvia, also given subcutaneously.
What that does is help break down the tissues surrounding the infusions and allow for faster absorption of the immunoglobulin. So that is why it's an improvement.
Daryl is doing well on his treatments. He can even skate again, but frequent IV sessions are a burden.
For me, it means that I need to schedule my life around my hospital visits, and I can't travel too far away if I know that treatment is coming up.
He's interested in trying HyQvia and maybe having a chance to travel again and enjoy a better quality of life. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
After the break, we take a closer look at the torpedo bat making waves in Major League Baseball. Our Sean Leathong takes a swing at the new trend and checks in with the Blue Jays for their take.
The officers attempted to render CPR to the victim. However, he unfortunately succumbed to his injuries.
Updating our top stories, a daytime shooting has left one man dead. It happened in a Brampton Plaza parking lot just after 1 this afternoon. Police have not released any information on suspects. Witnesses say the victim was a business owner in the area.
Just was driving along and I saw a shell at 136 something. I said, oh, I thought there was a mistake. And then I saw all the other gas station at 136. So that's why I'm here.
Drivers were enjoying a break at the pumps today as the price of gas dropped dramatically with the removal of the carbon tax. Some saw a drop of 15 to 20 cents a liter when filling up today. Gas price analysts say the permanent abolishment of the carbon tax will take an act of Parliament, which is currently not sitting because of the election.
He's with his trade and tariff team right now, perfecting it to make sure this is a perfect deal for the American people.
And one day before the U.S. president announces expected reciprocal tariffs, local businesses are speaking out about the impact on their industries. A pause on all tariffs on Canadian imports and energy products is set to expire tomorrow. Donald Trump has called it Liberation Day for the U.S.
Remember to keep up to date day and night at ctvnewstoronto.ca and by downloading the CTV News app. And if you have a news tip, photos or video of breaking news, let us know.
A much more settled day on the North American markets, perhaps a calm ahead of the storm, with Washington announcing its tariff plan tomorrow. There are also reports of a new sports broadcasting deal. Now here's BNN Bloomberg's Morella Fernandez.
There are reports Rogers Communications will pay about $11 billion to renew its broadcast deal with the NHL. The Associated Press says Rogers is paying about twice what it paid for this new 12-year contract than it did for the last one. Investors are questioning the value of the agreement, which sent Rogers shares down about 6% today to just above $36. Let's see where the markets landed today. The Canadian dollar is up, hitting 69.87. West Texas Intermediate down to 71.20. Our fix on Western Canadian Select has it up almost $2 to 60.59. And the TSX is up 115 points, ending the day over 25,000. Those are your business headlines. In the BNN Bloomberg newsroom, I'm Morella Fernandez.
The Business Report is brought to you by Canadian Western Bank, the bank built for business.
To sports, the Toronto Raptors are going for their 5th straight win tonight.
Out bases, getting rebounds, impressive, and RJ's got 31.
The Raps beat Philadelphia 127-109 on Sunday, and this evening they visit the Windy City to face a Bulls team that has lost 2 in a row. But a Chicago win would clinch an Eastern Conference play-in berth and eliminate the Raptors from contention.
The Blue Jays are getting ready to take on the Washington Nationals tonight in Game 2 of a 3-game series.
A look at Soroka. Another high fly ball, and it's deep, and it is gone.
The series got off to a good start for the Jays, who built up a 5-0 lead in the first 4 innings of last night's game. They went on to win it 5-2 for their 2nd straight victory. Game time tonight is 7:07. Well, the hottest thing in Major League Baseball right now isn't a player, it's a bat.
The torpedo has been embraced by a number of players who believe it's giving them a long ball advantage. CTV's Sean Leathong spoke with one Blue Jay who's now swinging a torpedo.
There's a new type of bat taking baseball by storm, a slightly different shape designed to put more wood where the ball connects.
The bigger the barrel, the bigger the sweet spot, so you can't go wrong with that.
It's called the torpedo, and Davis Schneider is the only Blue Jay using it so far.
Is that the torpedo bat? He's the one Blue Jay who has one.
So this is the bat that Davis Schneider actually uses. You may notice the difference is it's a little bit more thick towards the middle and then gets thin towards the end. Each torpedo is custom designed to the player, with the thick part of the barrel being placed where the bat most often connects.
Open was. Drill to right field. See ya.
The innovation being made famous by the New York Yankees, who hit 15 home runs through the first weekend of the season. Blue Jays manager John Schneider says interest is growing in their clubhouse.
Because it's new, you know, that's how baseball works. So I'm sure some guys will have an order in pretty quick.
At Home Run Sports in Mississauga, among their sea of bats, there's only one torpedo on sale. And Dave Skapuski came in today looking for it.
It's always good to see innovations in bats because there hasn't been a lot.
The store's already placed a large order as they expect demand to skyrocket.
I'm very tempted to pick it up and try it out this year.
The price tag? $250. There have been some who say the new design may be cheating, but according to Major League Baseball, they are perfectly legal. As for Schneider?
No, I'm going to use it full time. I already have another 12 coming in, so I like it.
The results, he says, we'll have to assess after a full 162-game season. Sean Leathong, CTV News.
Just ahead, a room with 4 views. A Toronto art gallery challenges our perception of sound and space in a dreamlike, immersive exhibit. We'll take a look. Finally tonight, a new exhibit titled 4 Rooms is being staged at a West End gallery.
The multimedia display will be viewable for the next 4 weeks. CTV's Jessica Smith stopped by.
Art that moves you, lighting up the room and your imagination. That's the story behind the new immersive 4 Rooms exhibit at Gallery 1888.
They reimagine this concept of home and pull on memories as well as, you know, our collective subconscious as to what a home really means.
The 4 Rooms exhibit is the brainchild of a group called Elsewhere Collective, made up of 3 Canadian artists.
We thought about like it having an inherently performative nature, and it's not in the sense of like you being a performer, but you're automatically cast into like the dialogue unfolding around you.
The gallery space itself is new to the City of Toronto, giving artists a unique opportunity to take over the space.
This is our first major exhibition. The gallery itself is a contemporary art gallery that showcases international artists, but also our local community here.
Having this place to actually be able to spread out and create in is so rare in Toronto, so that was just like, yeah, an incredible opportunity.
The exhibit is meant to be explored more than once, with something different to see depending on where you stand in the space.
I think like one of the important things is you do move around the space, and you're never going to get the same experience just because depending on where you are, where the projections are laying up.
The gallery and exhibit are free to attend, with the first theme of the exhibit titled The Table open to the public this weekend.
The Four Rooms exhibit will continue to change every week for the next 3 weeks to a new set, theme, and light show to continue giving patrons a new and fresh experience, with the next set called The Sofa beginning on April 8th. Jessica Smith, CTV News.
Well,
All right.
How about that?
Maybe.
Yeah. With the weather we're having, you want to be in your home, you want to be inside. Tomorrow's a day where it might be tricky to venture out.
That's for sure. So we could get a few flurries first thing in the morning, and then we're going to get into the potential for a little bit of freezing rain, followed by a pretty good amount of rainfall. Here's one more look at the weather watches and warnings that are in place, including a freezing rain warning once again for a pretty widespread area northwest and east of the GTA. We in Toronto are under a rainfall warning. Anywhere from 20 to 50 millimeters of rain could fall with this system. There might be some thunderstorms in there too. Tomorrow's high about 1 degree. That's the afternoon temperature technically, and then the temperature rises through the night. Nathan and Michelle.
Thanks, Lindsay. That's it for us, but be sure to join Omar Sachedina tonight at 11 for CTV National News, followed by Zoraida Allman with your next local newscast at 11:30.
In the meantime, our coverage continues anytime on CP24 and at ctvnewstoronto.ca.
For Lindsay Morrison and the whole team here at CTV News, thanks for watching and have a great night.